Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I want to get into a long video, but I'm going to unpack in detail all of the reasons why I'm super excited for the new rank reward changes to Splinterlands. We're going to do a deep dive into the Splinterlands blog post, which is from 5 days ago, but had some updates recently. And this gets into details around how many reward shares are you getting per victory when you're playing the game at bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and champion? And then what are the drop rates for certain assets within the loot chest that you're going to earn at your various levels? Every league level has different drop rates within the loot chests. And so this is super detailed, and I want to unpack a ton of information, plus create a lot of speculation on why I think this moment in Splinterlands history is uniquely powerful. And I think we might be looking at another amazing parabolic move upward in the coming weeks and maybe months, which I never talk about. I never talk about short-term gains in this game, but I really think we might have a unique opportunity here. Stick around, stay tuned. Guys, have an amazing day. God bless. Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. How you doing? Days, I sent you a DM on Discord with my question and topic for the day. I'm definitely gonna touch on it. Days, man, I wish you weren't working, dude. I'd actually have you on and we'd talk about it. But I'm gonna get into it anyways, and I'm gonna try and unpack it. And to the best of your ability, I want you to try and complement my understanding of what you've shared with me, because I'm picking up what you're conveying to me in the Discord message, but I'm not 100% certain that I'm following how, like, I don't understand how you have reached those assertions. I don't know where the data came from. I don't know if we're the only ones here right now in Otter Days, but I'm going to just summarize the question and the conversation point. Days 12 from Time and Attention 2 says he's been curious if his math is correct, and he thinks that if it is, that gold foil cards will be critical in silver along with win streaks for the ability to cut your required wins for max daily rewards. The big issue with rewards moving forward is going to be around the daily rewards, which is interesting because we've all been playing for the season rewards for months and months and months. But now it sounds like your maximum opportunity is really going to come out of that daily opportunity with the daily loot chests and the reward shares available. And if that is so, it is going to be the case that at various levels, gold bonuses, gold foil bonuses, win streak bonuses, guild bonuses, is there any other bonuses? Alpha or promo card bonuses are going to, even beta card bonuses are going to be really significant, especially if the rewards are as significant as they are. I was just listening to Gank and Walking Keys, and the way they're talking about it, at Diamond, we can expect 40 cents per loot chest. Now, if you're only getting 80 loot chests at the end of the season, like as is now the case, when I play Diamond 3, I get 80 loot chests. That would be roughly, $35 for just that and season ending reward, which is, by the way, triple what I'm usually getting, double or triple what I'm usually getting. No, hang on a second. Whoa, that's so much more. I'm getting like 15 or 20 bucks per season across 8 accounts, maybe 200 loot chests. But if he's right with his math, it's 40 cents per loot chest. That's going to be in the neighborhood of $35 just for my main account. And then that's 80 out of 200 loot chests, call it double, call it 80 bucks returns for all of my cards. That's crazy. And that's just the season end rewards. But that's the way the math on the new trophies works. The new loot chest. According to Gank, who broke down the math, and I didn't, but man, it sounds like he's got it clear. It's like the loot chests at the highest level are going to have such high rewards, such meaningful percentages of really significant drops, that we're going to expect really significant returns, around 40 cents per loot chest, including DEC calculations and chaos pack. I don't know about chaos packs, but I think he said cards and legendaries and gold foils and DEC drops. So with that in mind, and that's just the season end rewards, but we know from Matt's and Yaba Matt's and Aggie's description in the town hall that the daily rewards are going to be so significant that they expect the rental cards to be desired throughout the season as opposed to just at the season end. And that implies that the daily rewards are going to be just as significant, maybe more significant than the final day rewards, which is so cool. If that is the case, then Daze's point and question around the importance of streaks, gold foils, old betas and alphas to give you the percentage bonuses on your reward shares might be really meaningful. And now, average reward shares per win. I don't know where you get this data from, Daze. Like you say, I see in your data sheet you got calculations for average reward shares per win. Was that listed in the recent town hall or in the breakdown on Splinter Talk? Days, it was from the new rewards post Matt sent out. Okay, great. I'm gonna definitely look into that. So there'll be a post on Splinter Talk or Hive or something. Paul Taylor, howdy. So while gold foil are cheap, I'd look for grabbing them now, especially if they won't drop nearly as often for low ranks. That's so interesting, Days, for sure, guys. I hope you're paying attention to this. Seems impossible. 30 max per day, 30 max per day, and 150 max per season. 30 max loot chests per day? Did they say that? Bring up the doc. Okay, it shows there. Gotcha. Okay. Splinterlands ranked rewards update. This is a 17-minute read. Oof, that's a long one. Okay, let me just try and... Yeah, okay, TLDR. Reward shares earned from ranked battle wins will now determine season and daily rewards in addition to DC. Yep. Please note that this means that gold foil and older edition cards, as well as win streaks and guild bonuses, will now increase daily and season rewards. That's actually really cool. I hadn't thought about that. I'm now, of course, recognizing that that's true. Because I've often, I think of those bonuses as pertaining just to DEC, but of course it's going to apply to our shares, and our shares are going to predict how many loot chests you get. Each starter card used in a rank battle will reduce, yep, we know that, reduce your R shares. Daily quests will change to daily focus. This I hate, guys. This I really hate. I know that they already said there's a lot of big changes, and they're gonna rearrange this and update this so that it's not this whole 24-hour period where you got to play one splinter, but that is mind-numbing. Not to mention when you go in competition with somebody and you see their last 5 battles and it's like green, 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 green. Of course they're going to pick green. Like it takes away so much of the... This game is interesting in that it offers a limited amount of kind of variability in what you might throw at your opponent. It's not like you can try a million different things. You can try a lot because every splinter you can try 6 different splinters, and then each splinter has many different summoners, and each summoner has lots of different monsters. So of course there's lots of variation, but when it comes down to Splinter and you saying like, I need to focus on one, oh my goodness. And I already need 30 battles. Feels like to me, with that in mind, I'm going to have to play 40 or 45 or 50 battles in order to try and arrange 30 really quality efforts on the focus splinter for that day. Daily quests will change to daily focus, where players will receive a certain amount of reward chests based on the total amount of reward shares they have earned from ranked battle wins using the focus element splinter over the 24-hour. If you do, I assume you guys know, but I'm going to clip this later. Not everyone will know. This means that for a day you're expected to play one splinter, and when you win with that splinter, you'll get reward shares. Season rewards will be based on the amount of reward shares earned from all ranked battle wins during the season. Yep. There will be Okay. Season rewards will be based on the amount of R shares earned from all ranked battle wins during the season. Okay. That's interesting because I guess that's the same thing. It's the same thing. There will be different types of loot chests. Yep. Bronze, champion, etc. Yep. Champion has higher rewards. The type of loot chests earned from the daily and season rewards will be based on the highest league achieved. This was interesting because this is different. And this is not... They mentioned this before, but again, not everybody will know. You no longer need to finish the league in your highest point to claim that league of rewards. If you were to play up to champion and fight and fall down to diamond, the type of loot chests earned from daily and season rewards will be based on the highest league achieved during the previous season. So if all you have to do is kind of strive, which is cool because it's actually going to make us swing for the fences. And so, like, I usually play conservatively at the end of the season. I don't want to lose champion 3 and fall into diamond 1. And so I'll play conservatively, not really shooting for champion 2 or 1. But now I'm going to really fight for champ 1 or 2. Purchase of summoner spell books will now include 3,000 credits. That's cool. There will be 12 new reward cards. Yep. The most important takeaway from this and these changes will allow the amount of value rewards given out through daily and season loot chests will be significantly increased. Like, it seems like hugely increased. Guys, I'm so crazy bullish right now. Like, I'm so excited for what's about to happen. And I think I think there's an energy that's stirring already. Like, I've seen my cards tick up from 50 grand in my main account to 62,000 in like the last 7 days, which is a big jump, right? Like, what is that? It's like a 20%, like a 25%, like a 22% jump or something like that, isn't it? No, hang on, 50 to, it's like a 20% jump or something. Release schedule. Code May 31st. Okay. Please note the changes to starter cards. Yeah. I don't really care about the starter. Okay, reward shares. Boom. Currently, the DC rewards for ranked battles are determined by an amount of reward shares, R shares, earned by a player for a win. The number of R shares earned is based on the following formula. R shares equals R cubed divided by 1,000 minus ECR minus bonuses. Minus bonuses? Or is that a little times? Wouldn't it be times? I think these would both be timeses. Anyways, maybe it's a little asterisk, which should indicate a multiplication. Where rating is a player's rating, ECR is a player's energy capture rate, and bonuses are applied to card type, win streak, guild lodge level, etc. Since the rating is cubed, that means the higher the rating, the more significant more R shares. The higher the ratings earn, significantly more R shares than lower ratings. Yes, I understand. So the best way to increase your R shares earned quickly is by increasing your rating. Yes, I understand. Please note that the rating is capped by the maximum for your league. This means that if you are in bronze 1, your rating will be capped at 1,000 for R shares calculations, even if your actual rating in game is above that. I don't understand that sentiment. I know in principle, being at lower levels is going to cap you. Your rating will be capped at 1,000 R shares calculations, even if you're so the denominator will vary depending on what position you're in, and it's saying bronze 1, your rating will be capped at 1,000 for calculations, even if your actual rating is above that. Okay. So got it. Rating. I follow now. So my rating might be 4,000 if I'm in champion, or 3,800 or whatever. Or it might be 1,500 if I'm in silver, or if you're in bronze, regardless of whether you're kicking butt in bronze, it will cap. That's really cool, actually. That's another powerful influence to kick us and invite us out of bronze, isn't it? To address the issue caused by the starter cards, we are reducing the amount of R shares awarded for a battle for each starter card. Yeah, we know that. Okay, so it's like yeah, that's the calculation. Where as seen in the examples table below, with a team of 6 cards, 5 monsters, and a summoner, and 3 of them being starter cards. Yep. Okay. 50%. If half of your cards are starter cards, then you yield 50% of the normal R shares. Gotcha. Going forward, the use of gold foil and older edition cards in battle, as well as being a win streak benefit from the guild quest, will not only increase your DC, but your rank battle daily request rewards. We look forward to these changes providing more value to the types of cards and guild memberships going. Totally, this is going to be a huge buff to actually guild involvement and good building development, right, within the guild, which is going to invite DC spending in those buildings, which I think is burnt. And that's an interesting mechanic to get rid of some of the liquidity that is built up with the DC currently. Stockpiled for the SPS airdrop, right? Additionally, it's important to note that now that all types of ranked battle rewards will be determined by R shares, it is It will incentivize achieving higher win rates over simply higher numbers of battles. This seems true to me and is a little challenging or scary to me, because I actually happen to know that I'm not like a 70 win rate guy. Like I'm not a 60 win rate guy. I'm like a 52% win rate guy. So I'm just gonna have to, fumble along and do my best and just try to extract what value I can. But some of you guys who really have talent in this game are gonna really love this new approach to accessing daily rewards, because wow, it's gonna be maximum opportunity per day, maximum opportunity per season, and talent is definitely going to weigh in, because ultimately you can only play X amount of battles in a day, and you yet within that available access, you need to reach and obtain your maximum rewards. So talent matters, and like Daze is saying, the bonuses are going to matter, because the bonuses are going to impact not just your DUC, not just the SPS that you're going to get later in ranked battle rewards, but in the loot chests you're going to obtain. So yeah, gold foil for sure are going to matter, and guild hauls are going to matter, and older betas and alphas are going to matter. I mean, at least for the wild format, because you can't play them in modern. That's really, really cool. It's almost always better from a reward standpoint to have a highest league achieved in the previous season be one that you can reasonably play in and achieve a reasonable win rate in the following season. That's interesting. I don't fully follow. I'm sure I'd have to read this whole part here. I mean, I guess if you were going to rent cards to get yourself into champion because you want to get champion rewards in the next season, you wouldn't benefit in that next season unless you could then compete at that level to extract the loot chest that you're then the quality loot chest that you're then accessing. It's almost like you need 2 good consecutive seasons to really take advantage of the daily loot chests available from your performance. Please see the table below for some actual numbers around the average reward shares per win. Okay, great. This is what you got, right? 100% ECR and no bonuses or reductions, and the numbers of reward shares needed to earn certain amounts of season reward chests. This must be just like a theoretical number that doesn't even really apply at bronze and does apply at champion. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you can theoretically maybe get that. As you can see from the numbers above, if a player got to Diamond League, yep, in one season, but then only playing in bronze the next season, they may only be able to earn enough reward shares to get 1 diamond chest. Oh, wow. I see. Because a diamond chest is 43,000. But if you're in the second season, you're playing in bronze, this is what you're getting for reward shares per win, but you need 43,000 to unlock those diamond chests that you established would be your rewards last season. That's really interesting. So that's why you really want to, if you compete in diamond last season, you want to make sure you make it back there or better this season, because then you're going to get more R shares per win, and therefore you're going to fill out actually more chests. Like if I finish in diamond one season and then the next season I finish in champ, I might get way more loot chests in that second season, because I'll be getting diamond loot chests, but I'll be earning champion R shares, which are significantly higher, more than double per win. And then I would easily obtain like many chests, as opposed to trying to play in diamond with the 34,000, I think, if I'm understanding that correctly. As you can see, yeah, I read that part. One of the additional issues that this new system resolves is that previously, since season rewards were based on a player's league at the end of the season, once a player achieved the high league, they became hesitant. Yeah, we already talked about that. But the new system, since the next season's chests are based on the highest performance, there's no issue with dropping down into leagues. Yeah, people are going to go for it. You're going to swing for the fences. Daily focus, annoying. Daily Quest will be renamed Daily Focus, which will work similarly with the new season rewards described above. Yep. I really hope they move away from that. Now, a maximum of 30 loot chests can be earned for each Daily Focus. There we go. That was a point that who made? Paul was making that point. 30 loot chests per day is the maximum from the daily focus. And then players in any league from bronze to champion have the opportunity to earn the maximum number of chests. Okay, so you can get 30 daily loot chests if you're in bronze or silver or gold or champion or diamond. But they're going to be different quality of chests. The chests earned for daily focus rewards are the same chests earned for the season rewards, with the champion chests having significantly larger and higher value loot in them than the bronze. Love it. Quest potions gone, right? Yeah, refunded. And here's the loot chests. So bronze, silver, gold, diamond, champion, and they each have a percentage of DC reward card issuance, potions, packs, and token multipliers. I love this part. 48 time token multipliers. So applying to DC and SPS that are going to be applying in that chest. Guys, consolidating your decks, achieving diamond or champion level performance in this game is going to be so lucrative, I think. And to the point raised by Days, and I think Paul, having gold foils, having guild access, having win streaks, having betas and alphas, and yes, competing in wild so that you can access some more of those rewards in the form of betas and alphas, whereas you can't in the modern. I think that's so exciting. I am super pumped that you shared that, Days. And I'm glad you guys are patient with me here. That took almost a half an hour, but that was worth it, because this is like a super important point of comprehension. When you're in a given league, you're going to earn X amount of you're going to earn that applicable amount of R shares for winning one battle in that given league. Silver is 3,000, gold is almost 13, diamond is 34, champ is 71. And that is going to go, those R shares are going to accumulate to achieve chests, and you can get possibly 30 a day, and no matter which league you're in. And the loot chests are going to be far better at champion, far worse at diamond. The drop rates are explained right here. This is gold, and this to me is a huge bull signal. Like, this to me seems like this is going to attract huge amount of players. Listening to Gank speak about it in his live event before I came on here, and him saying 40 cents per loot chest a champion. You're talking 0.40 times 30. You're talking $12 a day, guys. That's $180 a season. And your season loot chest on top of that. So if it's still the same 150 loot chests per season available at Champion 1, 80 at 100 at 120 at Champion 2, 80 at Champion 3, you're going to add another $35 on this. I mean, I know you can't see my calculator, but based on champion performance at Champion 3, I believe I'm going to have an opportunity to earn $215 per season, or $100, 105 US dollars, I guess $107.5 per season playing a video game. No, sorry, per week I meant. 107 per week, 215 per season. That's based on Gank's math and the 30 loot chests per day at Champion. Guys, if that doesn't excite you, I mean, and think of what this is going to do to card prices, because people are going to get excited about the returns available again. Also, think what it's going to do to rental cards, because you don't just need it at the end of the year, end of the season, you need it throughout the season. I think this is going to really drive cards. And then what will that do? I think that'll drive, once the card prices tick up, that's going to incentivize people to buy Chaos Legion packs again, because they can then liquidate those packs for profit into the marketplace and rinse and repeat, because that margin has been too tight lately. In fact, negative, because the packs were being sold for like $2. If the packs are being sold for around $3.50, around the $3.25, $3.50 range, it's certainly possible that the math could work out for people to buy at $4 on Splinterlands, open and sell cards. That it's certainly possible. I don't know, I haven't calculated that, but there's so many amazing kind of a confluence of factors that are happening right now that are really exciting. See, 150 max, yep, per season. Okay. I grabbed it from Discord. Dwayne. Alec Caldwell. Dwayne, hate? That's a strong word. And are you souring on the game that changed your life and that you think can change others? Alec, I am not at all souring. I think this issue of where is it focus, wherever it is, you know what I'm talking about. The focus was a necessary backstep intended to make space, breathing room to implement this massive like earthquake of a update. This isn't a trivial update. This is the biggest update to ever come to Splinterlands. I am so jacked about this. But that one component, the focus, is annoying, and it's actually I think it impairs the joy function, like the opportunity for joy in this game when you're seeking after one daily splinter for a 24-hour period. You don't get to rotate at all. I mean, you can, but you're not going to get our shares out of that. Like I mean, that seems like a mistake. Now, knowing how complicated this update is, I have to say I understand and I appreciate. I actually don't understand how complicated this update was, but I imagine it was hugely complicated. And just thinking through even the change in daily quests going into possibly 30 loot chests per league, as opposed to 1 at bronze, 2 or 3 at silver, right? Like, it's such a dramatic change. That alone had to be thought through in such a detailed fashion. And then each of the loot chests having different drop rates, thinking that through needed to be done in a very thoughtful manner. And then introducing new daily quests that makes sense, right? Like, what could they have done? They might have tried to keep the old ones and said, well, today your focus is snipe. Or today your focus is sneak, or today your focus is, green. Or maybe they thought, well, that's going to be annoying. Let's try and do a rotating one. For an hour of the day, it's this, and for an hour a day, it's that. But that sort of rotation scheme, which would be alive and exciting and providing a lot of variability, that sort of opportunity must need thinking through, I would think, right? And coding, complicated coding processes so that the rotations are making sense. And then we've also seen that there's problems with bots knowing who they're facing because of the daily quest. And so maybe this is one more thing they're wanting to think, okay, if we're going to change the whole reward system and the whole daily quest system, let's think through how we activate and how we rotate through daily quests, which are now called the focus, because that's a piece of data that bots are able to scrape to determine that they're facing themselves and then win throw, right? Or throw to one another. And so while I am frustrated, disappointed, I really don't like that focus, I totally get why it's here. And I know for a fact they're going to get rid of it. They said so. They're like, Yaba said something like, this question came up. Like, someone asked the question, like, isn't this a step backwards for, the fun of the game? And Yaba said, yes, it is. But this is a complicated thing and we need time to think it through. That's where I'm at. Hey, Ashley, good to see you. Thanks for coming to hang out. Mac Filet in the house, says Alec. Yeah. People will need to try to reach gold each season since you want to avoid bronze at all costs, since bronze rewards are not great compared to the higher leagues. Yeah, that makes sense to me, Paul. Based on what we read, why not silver though? I mean, silver seems like it could certainly be productive, right? I agree. Bronze is going to be brutal, right? First of all, the bronze loot chests are very low in their drop rates, right? Like you're getting 33% DC, 33% reward cards versus, Even at silver, you're getting another 5%. At gold, you're getting that extra 10%. So the drop rates on cards get really, really a lot better. And the multipliers are brutal at bronze on DEC. And later, remember, SPS will be multiplied. And so silver at minimum, but wow, your gold, that's a big 8 is a huge difference from 1. So I'm going to say you're right, I think. I think gold is almost the new silver. For a long time on my channel and on other people's channels, I think Ashley's channel and Luke's channel and a variety of content creators, we've talked about how silver is an interesting place to play, but you know, you'd want to set your targets long range on gold. Feels like with this update, gold is going to be the new silver. And I would say also, it's kind of a great time for it because remember, we're going to get that wild and modern division. And we know that the modern format is going to have the half collection power requirements. And that's going to be your opportunity. So for 50,000 collection power, you should be able to make it into gold 3 because it's currently 100,000, I believe, right? Isn't it? Let's go quickly check. Leagues, gold. Yeah, 100,000 collection power gets you into gold 3. Now that'll be 50,000 for the modern. 75 will get you gold 2 and 100,000 is going to get you gold 1. But if you're making it all the way up to there, remember that diamond is just a little bit more. And interestingly, champion is very feasible at 250. That reduction in CP that they've talked about, cutting it in half, to me makes the modern format both super desirable because it's going to be way cheaper to get those cards to then reach the highest levels to get those rewards that we're super excited about, which we just spent a half an hour explaining. But here's the catch. If there's 400,000 players in the accounts in the game, and you make modern so much more enticing because of a collection power, a smaller collection power hurdle, that probably means 75% of the people are going to try and play in wild. That also means that the prize pool in modern, hang on, I'm getting myself confused. That means 300,000 people are going to try and, or more in my opinion, are going to try and play in modern because the CP is lower. But that means that 100,000 people are going to be vying for the rewards available in wild, which is very intriguing because remembering how DEC and SPS are, any sort of rank battle rewards paid like from DEC are going to be a division of the total prize pool. It's going to be multiplied by whatever your rating was, right? We just saw that the DEC gets multiplied. The token multiplier is multiplied by whatever league you're playing in. Imagine you're playing in wild and you're getting 100 DEC per win. It's going to be times 48, right? And we've seen it happen when DEC spiked to 2 cents and what that did with the algorithmic inflation on DEC. We saw what happened. There was tons of DEC per win. In part, some of that might be replicated in the modern versus wild division because the wild will have, at least at start, much fewer players. And that'll mean the pie is being divided between fewer players, I think. But then I will find that equilibrium because people from the modern format will say, wow, it's significant payouts over there. Let's make the move. Let's acquire those extra cards, or let's acquire the extra collection power so that we can compete. It's the same level over there in wild. It's super interesting. And there's going to be so much fluctuation. And this is going to be such a time of turmoil because it's going to happen fast. There's going to be 12 new cards launching. We're getting land, well, not getting land soon, but we're getting Validator node pre-sale licenses pre-sale soon, which is going to burn SPS and vouchers, and that's going to drive a whole other separate conversation around economy. There is so much going on right now. This is such an exciting time. To me, feels like August again. Of 2021, where things were just stirring, and I'm seeing it in my viewer count, and I'm seeing it in the subs are starting to peak up again too, which is cool. Let's see what else you got to say. Days says also was watching Clove today, and she bought some Oceanus gold foil for $55 per card. I grabbed 2. Yeah, man, that is a steal. That is a steal. I was buying them for, I think, 80 and maybe 100. So good for you, dude. Paul says, if you go for bronze leaderboard, your rating is capped for our shares purposes. Yes, that's true. They said at 1,000. So you can't kind of almost gimmick the bronze ease, try and access silver sort of our share rewards. And then Days confirmed an earlier comment I made. DEC is burnt when you spend it on guild buildings. Cameron, dude, good to see you. Paul Taylor says 30 and a 150 will be pretty much impossible, it seems, which is fine. Yep, I agree. The 30 a day will be attainable by some people in some situations, some days, right? But the idea, you would need to be, there's going to be certain people who are set apart in this game, right? There's going to be certain players who are exceptional, and they are going to be able to unlock their 30 dailies. Whereas, but they're going to require, like, honestly, maybe Ashley's friends, like Half Blue or Schnapoon, or right, like these guys of this ilk of player who understand the game so well and can win 50 or 100 games in a row. That's the sort of power that you're going to need to bring to the game. That's the sort of thoughtfulness and I guess brilliance that you're going to need to bring to the game. Something like that to really consistently get and unlock those daily loot chests, isn't it? Because I'm not going to get it, man. Like, first of all, I don't have an hour and a half every day. I was calculating today, I spent 30 minutes to play 10 battles and I won 6 of them. So if I play an hour and a half, I'm going to get 30 battles in and I'm going to win 18 of them. If that's what I need to do every day, first of all, I don't really understand if I need 30 wins or I need 30 battles and I need how many wins, because it's like Matt said, we need roughly 30 battles. If it's 30 wins, that's going to take me 60 battles, 50 or 60, and that's not possible. So it must mean something like 15 to 18 wins. I guess we don't need to speculate, do we? Because we can look at this data now. I've been just kind of roughly doing it in my head. If I wanted to get 30 chests a day, and I'm in champion, I'm going to get 71,473 R shares per battle. And if I win 15 matches, no, I'm going to say 18 matches, because out of 30 matches, I win 18. That'd be 1.28 million R shares. And as you can see, that would qualify me for like slightly more than 10. Wow. Okay, so if you're winning like 52% of your battles at champion, and if you play 30 battles, that's not going to be enough to get 30 loot chests a day. 30 loot chests is something like you're going to really need those bonuses, guys. That's champion, and that's not you guys. Maybe, like, let's do the gold quickly. If you're getting 12,977 reward shares per gold win, and let's say you're playing 30 matches and you're winning, even say you win 20 of them. I find that unlikely, but let's just assume you played 30 matches and you win 2/3 of them. 20 times 12,977 equals 259,000, which is right there. So look, that's going to mean, like, it's slightly, you'll have 50,000 left over. Guys, you're going to need to play way more than just 30 battles. Unless you have crazy bonuses, like 10% guild bonus, huge win streak bonuses. So yes, I didn't put like enough of an exclamation mark on this. Daze's point around the bonuses is so key, because if you're going to want the 30, if you even want to get the 10, frankly, getting 10 is going to be hard. It's going to be about an hour and a half with no bonuses to achieve in the neighborhood of the 10 loot chests that is possible. you want 30, you're going to need, well, 3 times that. So you're talking like probably in the neighborhood for me, without any bonuses, it would be like 5 hours of play, which would decimate my ECR. So I really, really need gold foil decks and all the other bells and whistles to unlock those bonuses. And I got to seed this again. Let's just skip to end. What are my bonuses like? So look, win streak 0, gold foil 0, alpha promo 10%, guild 2%. This is actually an interesting moment to look at the guild hall and really thoroughly consider that, and like talk to your guild mates and just like focus in on maybe whether that's a thing we want to look at right now. The focus is there, so people have to own all the splinters and not just a few. Yeah. I think that makes sense, Paul. But what if it... I see your point. But I still don't like a 24-hour window if I've got to play that one match, that one team. But like we alluded to earlier, I think you alluded to it earlier, Paul, like some people are going to achieve 30 chests and others aren't. I'm not gonna. Based on the bonuses I have access to, based on my win streaks, my probable win streaks, if I get 10 loot chests a day, I'll be impressed. I think gold is the sweet spot, he said. Yeah. Does that mean in modern I will be in diamond? Yeah, I think you will. That's right. So, and Ashley says she made it to gold, and she asked, does that mean I'll be in diamond? It certainly means you can be there, right? Like, I don't know what part of diamond you're in. Sorry, I don't know what part of gold you're in. But yes, remember the distinction is going to be, or the collection power requirements are going to be cut in half. So if you have 100,000 collection power now, and you're fighting at gold 3, or you have 110 or so, that's going to be right in that range. So, I mean, if you've got 125,000 power, yeah, you can reach for diamond 3. That's really cool, hey? That's going to be a totally different turnaround opportunity for you with these diamond level rewards that are going to give you 16x on your DC, 16x on the future SPS earnings that will be eventually included there, and you know, significantly increased drop opportunities on packs, 2.5% instead of, well, 2%. I mean, that is significant. That's another 25% increase. Guys, this is huge. This is really, really huge. If our game has the opportunity and sort of the entertainment value to reach significant adoption, and if our game has the, I guess, technical sophistication to sustain itself during another run, I think we might actually have runway in front of us. I really believe that this is an exciting moment where we could see something exponential happen. And you know, that's not what I usually say. Like, I never talk this way. I'm always like 4 years, a long enough time horizon, patience, patience, patience. But I really think something special is happening right now around a plethora of considerations. 1, the rank reward changes are dramatic. 2, the earning potential that comes out of that is going to attract attention from many people outside of Splinterlands. 3, the ghost card nerfs are affecting the need to own certain cards, which is going to drive people into the marketplace and buy up cards that are inexpensive but relatively rare. There's not enough of them for 400,000 accounts, and yet they all need it. That's going to drive card prices. If card prices spike, that's going to drive desire to buy packs. If pack prices spike, that would be precipitating. That would be like a product of packs selling out. That would mean new airdrops are coming. Then we've got conversations around SPS possibly pumping and vouchers pumping due to Validator node licenses and the burn rates around that. This is like almost a perfect storm of positive factors. And it's possible, and I didn't even mention that it's still possible that the cryptocurrency market goes for one more run, because I'm convinced that the US government and all of the major Federal Reserve, all the major central banks around the world are in the coming months going to push, they're going to try and fight inflation by dropping interest rates. By increasing interest rates, which they've been doing in the US and Canada, all over the world. They're increasing interest rates because they want to fight inflation. But here's the problem. You do that and the market tanks. The Dow Jones has been crumbling for the last 6 months. Look at this. In the last 6 months, it's down 12%, 4,300 points. And let's see, in a year, no, the 1 month. In the last month, it's down 11%. So if the Dow Jones falls 20%, that's actually considered a bear market. And I think it needs to sit there for 2 months. This is an ongoing problem, and this is a direct product, in my opinion, of interest rates going up, and the forecasting of that, those interest rates going up, which makes it harder for companies to borrow debt and then buy back their own stocks, which means that they don't buy as many stocks, which means they don't pump their own prices, which means the Dow Jones crumbles. And so as this falls, what usually happens, what did happen in 2020 during the pandemic, is that the government says, wait a second, we can't let the stock market fall. We can't let deflation occur. That would mean people get laid off. That would mean people can't pay their mortgages. That would mean there's a new housing crisis. That would mean certain banks foreclose because they expect the payments on those mortgages. The crazy vortex of pain that could be caused if they let the stock market crash is so significant. What I'm telling you is going to happen is that the government is going to see this crumble to 20 or 25% down from here. Like it'll fall another 3,000 or 4,000 points. And then the US Fed will say, whoa. Interest rates, 0. Quantitative easing restored. Money printing, it just go burr. And it'll be like dropping massive money into the economy again to facilitate new spending that drives new economic investment and new economic growth. It's not sustainable if that happens, but that is almost, in my opinion, necessarily going to happen. And if it does, that translates to Bitcoin going for one more ride from like what might be 20,000 at that moment back to 55 or 50. And in that moment, that retracement where everyone will say Bitcoin is going to go to 1 million, I'll be quietly selling my altcoins because they will be achieving new all-time highs. Ones that haven't reached new or previous high, or exceeded previous highs. XRP, ERX, LTC, EOS, Dash, probably Steam. I don't have any Steam, but Steam probably. I have a lot of Dent, Hive. I don't know, but I have IQ, but I don't really know if it's going to pump. Even SPS, guys. And so I think I listed 5 or 6 things that are causing me to be uniquely excited in the short term for Splinterlands. And you've watched my channel for months. I never talk about the short term, but there really feels like something special is happening right now. And I hope you guys are paying attention. I know you are. You're here every week, guys. Every one of you. I'm so glad. Oh man, I'm so glad we're here. This is crazy. And huge caveat. If that doesn't play out as I just outlined, because that's my theory, I can't be certain of it. If it doesn't play out like that, I'm still 100% confident that on the long time horizon, Splinterlands does everything I expect it to. And these new opportunities would just be me being able to unlock more rewards along the way on the path to that next moon mission. So cool. So cool.